Triumph of Life by Percy Bysshe Shelley. Swift as a spirit hastening to his task of glory and of good, the sun sprang forth rejoicing in his splendor, and the mask of darkness fell from the awakened earth. The smokeless altars of the mountain snows flamed above crimson clouds. And at the birth of light, the ocean's orison arose, to which the birds tempered their matin lay. All flowers in field or forest, which unclose their trembling eyelids to the kiss of day, swinging their censers in the element, with orient incense lit by the new ray, burned slow and inconsumably, and sent their odorous sighs up to the smiling air. And in succession did continent, isle, ocean, and all things that in them wear the form and character of mortal mold, rise as the sun, their father rose, to bear their portion of the toil which he of old took as his own, and then imposed on them, but I, whom thoughts which must remain untold. Had kept as wakeful as the stars that gem the cone of night, now they were laid asleep, stretched my faint limbs beneath the hoary stem, which an old chestnut flung athwart the steep of a green Apennine. Before me fled the night, behind me rose the day. The deep was at my feet, and heaven above my head, when a strange trance over my fancy grew, which was not slumber, for the shade it spread, was so transparent that the scene came through as clear as when a veil of light is drawn o'er evening hills they glimmer. And I knew that I had felt the freshness of that dawn, bathe in the same cold dew my brow and hair, and sate as thus upon that slope of lawn. Under the selfsame bough, and heard as there the birds, the fountains and the ocean, hold sweet talk in music through the enamored air, and then a vision on my train was rolled. As in that trance of wondrous thought I lay, this was the tenor of my waking dream. Methought I sat beside a public way, thick strewn with summer dust, and a great stream of people there was hurrying to and fro, numerous as gnats upon the evening gleam. All hastening onward, yet none seemed to know whither he went, or whence he came, or why he made one of the multitude, and so was born amid the crowd, as through the sky one of the million leaves of summer's beer. Old age and youth, manhood and infancy, mixed in one mighty torrent did appear, some flying from the thing they feared, and some seeking the object of another's fear. And others, as with steps towards the tomb, pored on the trodden worms that crawled beneath, and others mournfully within the gloom of their own shadow walked and called it death, and some fled from it as it were a ghost, half fainting in the affliction of vain breath. But more with motions which each other crossed, pursued or shunned the shadows the clouds threw, or birds within the noonday ether lost. Upon that path where flowers never grew, and weary with vain toil and faint for thirst, heard not the fountains whose melodious dew out of their mossy cells forever burst, nor felt the breeze which from the forest told of grassy paths and woodlawns interspersed. With overarching elms and caverns cold, and violet banks where sweet dreams brood, but they pursued their serious folly as of old. And as I gazed, methought that in the way the throng grew wilder as the woods of June, when the south wind shakes the extinguished day.